What up YouTube, it's Dave Medic 1. I have another knife for you today. This is a rather unusual knife, and I've seen it around through my, hunting on the internet for different knives and stuff to review, and I've kind of always passed it up because I didn't know exactly what it was all about. But luckily I happen to have this sent to me from Josh over at KnifeZilla, so I'm actually able to check this out and kind of figure out what it's all about. This knife, it's made by Super Knife, and it's called a FlapJack. FlapJack flipping blade, and basically it's very similar to the way a balisong works. If you're familiar with a balisong, this guy flips open like so. Where a balisong, it flips this way. I'll show you. I'm sure you guys know, but as you can see, a balisong flips like that, where this FlapJack flips like so. So basically these handles are, I guess, it's horizontal. It flips horizontal, I guess, as opposed to vertically like a balisong is. And this is it's actually a pretty darn cool knife, and you can flip it like a balisong. As you can see here. One of the cool things about this is that you're a lot less likely to cut yourself with this design. Basically because the blade is not going, like I said, this flips horizontally where the balisong flips vertically. And if you're not careful, or if you just happen to grab the bite handle, it'll cut the crap out of you on a normal balisong, where this is not an issue. This does not flip nearly as easily as a regular balisong, but you can flip it. So with a little bit of practice, of course, you have to get used to it. You can do similar tricks as a balisong. Excuse me. But you're kind of limited because of the width of this handle. This knife right here is it's pretty cool. It's a large knife. This thing is 9 1/4 inches long. You've got yourself a 4 1/4 inch blade. It's 440C steel. It's got a black coating on there. It's pretty, as far as play in it, there's minimal play whatsoever. Here, let's get a close-up of this hinge. Maybe it'll help you guys understand a little bit more on the mechanics of that. So you see how it flips there. There's actually, it'll focus in here. There you go. That little plate right there is actually mounted to these handles and allows it to flip horizontally. And the cool thing is the way this is constructed and the way this stays in place is that this blade is cut out like so. The blade's cut out. It's like that. Let me see here. So right here, this blade is actually notched down like so. This little guy here sits on top. These screw sandwiches in there, and that's kind of how it works there. Kind of a crude explanation of it. You really, you would, if you had this in your hand, you would understand it a lot better than what I could possibly explain. I'd have to break down the whole knife for you guys to be able to understand it, but I think you guys got the hint of that. It's got a latch on the back that locks it closed, and it's pretty solid. It's good. There's a lot of tension there, so it's not going to go anywhere. Amazingly enough, the ergonomics on this knife are pretty good. It's got a decent amount of handle there. Right here, this ramp right here, it's kind of an aesthetic feature to make it more similar to a balisong. Balisong's characteristic actually doubles as a thumb ramp to give you a good purchase. The hole in the back here, which is kind of a little added accent to make it more karambit-like, this circle right there actually allows your hands to lock in with a firm purchase. Like I said, this is a 9 1/4 inch knife there, and it's pretty, as far as for self-defense, this thing is pretty nice for self-defense. It's slim. The profile on it, or how wide it is, isn't too much wider than a regular folder, or probably the same. It does have a pocket clip on there, and it's just a really cool knife that's out there. If you're into balisongs and this is something cool to mess around and flip with, it's just kind of like, if you're into balisongs and flipping balisongs, this is a knife that would kind of cater to you, and you wouldn't mind spending the money on it. If you're just into regular folders, maybe not so much. It's kind of a novelty knife, but the lockup and the way it's constructed is strong enough where you could use it in, like, let's say regular EDC purposes if you choose this for your EDC. So it's not like one of those novelty knives where you get it because it looks good, but you would dare not even use it to work with because of failure or the knife breaking or it not being safe enough to use to do tasks. This is actually safe enough to do that. You could carry it for self-defense purposes. It's really nice. The finish is okay. When I got it, everything seemed to be on point. There was no blade play or anything like that. As far as the lockup was nice and solid on there. The finish could be a little bit better. I've only played around with it with a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit of paint wear away right there from this screw hitting that. But it's not a big issue to me, especially for the price range on this knife. You can probably get this for, I would say, anywhere between 12 to 20 bucks. So it's pretty inexpensive. And like I said, I got this through KnifeZilla, Joel over at KnifeZilla.com. So if you're interested, definitely go check it out. This is just a little example of the vast variety of stuff he has there on his website. So I mean, like I said, he's got everything from real serious ballad songs to novelty. I hate to use the word novelty, but just obscure, different, more artistic-like, aesthetically pleasing type ballad songs where they fall into that, where it's just, if you're a ballad song collector, you're going to own knives like that just because they look cool. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is called, the company, I believe, is Super Knife, and this is called a FlapJack flipper, or flipping blade there. So pretty cool. I was glad to finally to get one of these in my hands because I was really curious about how it worked out, how it flipped out. I didn't know if it was maybe some kind of a spring assisted thing, whether this flipped out the front, if it was like an out the front type of deal or something like that. So now I got a better clue of it, and hopefully you guys do too. So like I said, KnifeZilla.com's got them. Just let me know if you have any questions. I'm sure you guys, I mean, I've tried, it took me about 10 minutes on the phone talking to a fellow YouTuber to try to explain the mechanics of the hinges and how it works and the similarities between this and a normal ballad song. So if you got any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can. So you guys take it easy. Appreciate the support. Peace.